Okay guys, let's tie some more knots here. First one I'm going to tie is a dropper loop knot. I used to use these on make the old catfishing rigs, you know, we have the sinker in the bottom and two hooks on the way up. And you can also use this for a drop shot. Anyways, you make a loop like this, and then you hold both sides and twist it 3 times, like that. Then you want to take your line from the opposite side, bring it through that loop, and then you can pull it up. And you can make this loop any size you want. You make it real small, you make it bigger. You put your hook on it here. This way you can use it for a drop shot if you want. Best knot really for drop shot is a Palomar knot. Then you can put the sinker in back through the eye again, and it'll make it stand out better. There you go. And you can put a little leader on there if you want in between your hooks for a catfishing, make your bait out here further. But there you go, a dropper loop knot. Okay, now I'm going to tie you an egg loop knot with this braid. It's a little bit more difficult, but I think we'll get it. First, you put your line through your eye like that, and then you wind it. Now, when we're normally doing it, I'll wind it like 12 times. We'll only do about 8 times on this. There, see, that makes it long enough. Because what you want to do, you want to do it 12 times when you're tying it, because you want to make a pretty long area in here so it doesn't pinch off your row and you wind up losing it. And then you also want to add a bead, which I'll show you later. And then you turn your hook around like this. Now you want to make a loop like that. Now you want this bottom line here to be your line that's going out. And you want to wind with this one. So you wind it. Now I would wind it like 12 times, but I'm only going to do it, I mean not 12, excuse me. About 8 times, but I'm only going to do it like 4 times. Just for this, because this line's so much thicker, you'll get about the same distance out of it. You pull that up tight like that. There's your knot. Now, I would normally add a bead on it, like this, right now, before I stuck my line through the eye like that. And you just tie a loop knot out on the end. But I tie a bead on here, because when you're fishing, after you use one set of row, you know, it gets gummed up, and it's starts getting hard to push your line back through like that. So you just grab that bead and pull it out. That's by far a better way to go. Plus, these beads will leave a little hump in the line, and the bead itself will pinch down in one little spot in the row. Won't pinch it in half. You won't have problems with losing your row or cutting it in half when something pulls on it. So that's just a much better way to go. And then once you get that on there, then I like to put my puff ball on here in the back. So that way you just pull out your bead, put your row in there. You put a puff ball on here, and then I put a little bit of bait button on there, a little tiny bait button. That works pretty good. That way you can just change your puffball if it gets knocked off or whatever. So there you go, an egg loop knot. Okay, next I'm going to tie you a bobber stop knot. It's a really simple knot, kind of like tying a uni knot. You just make a loop like this, holding it up to your mono line, and then wrap it in here about 6 or 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, and pull her up tight. Like that. Trim your tags. Leave a little bit. You don't want to leave too much because you want it to go through your eyes. And then there you go, bobber stop knot. Of course, you can slide it wherever you want it to go. Just slide. Now, that's your bobber stop knot, but it's also good for, I like to use it for like if I'm jigging for kokanee and you're using a light jigs. So you're probably using a spinning rod, which of course isn't going to have a line counter on it for you. So if you got an idea how far down they are, like say they're 50 feet down, before you go, you can run out 50 feet of line on your spinning rod, tie one of these on there, and then when you get up there and you drop it down, you'll know when you get to 50 feet. And then if it's different, you don't want to change it to 40 feet, you just move it down to wherever you want it to be, and you got your little marker on there for a line counter. So there you go. Next, I'm going to tie you an Albright knot, which I'm going to tie one end of it onto mono. Kind of like you would if you're using a shock line, row fishing for salmon. It's also good for tying a leader onto your fly line when you're fly fishing. But the first thing you do is fold your mono over like this. Then you go through here like this. Now you want to make sure you pull plenty out because a lot of times it runs short. So you want to run it down to here, and then you want to start from the back and wind to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I like to do like 12 wraps because it takes quite a few to make it a good strong knot. Now see how I went through my loop going down? I'm going to go the opposite direction this time. Going up. So it's like that. Now you want to just pull your knot up. Slide it down here to the end. There it is, nice and tight. And you can cut these tags really short too. Because you want it to be able to go through the eyes of your rod. There, an Albright knot. Okay, I'm going to tie you not this time. I'm going to use this blue braid. I think you can see it just fine, but I'm using it because it's finer woven, so I think it'll be easier to tie this knot with. So we're going to go through here like this. Just like on a regular old double loop clinch knot. Go through here a second time. You want to have your loops like that. Now you want, I like to pinch the little loop in my fingers, wrap it about 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you want to go back through your double loop, and here's where it differs. You want to take, open up this loop that's here, and then you want to put that over the whole shebang, kind of like a Palomar knot. And then bring it down into here and start pulling her up. Now the secret with this thing I've noticed is you want to kind of backspin it opposite directions from when it gets tight. There. That way this won't get tight. Your winds before the loops and going through the eye get pulled up there, but that's it right there. And trim your tag, of course. Leaving a little bit on there. There you go. I think that is a very strong knot. I think it's a nice, neat little twist to the double loop clinch knot. I think it actually is going to make it a little bit stronger. So I would recommend this knot, but you're going to have to practice it a few times because getting it pulled up, sometimes you'll get the winds tight before you get the loops pulled in there right, and you'll wind up with a couple loose loops in there. But if you do that back spinning of the winds as you're pulling it up, you'll find that it works a lot better for you. There you go. New improved double loop clinch knot with a new twist to it.